What's happening, good people? Welcome to the Wealth 100 Show. I'm your host, George Gilmore, and it's go time. Listen, guys, each week we bring on six-figure professionals and entrepreneurs who are winning in life and business. If you're ready to take your life to the next level, you found the right place. I need you to get into the room right now, guys. I'm putting you in the room with winners that will help push you towards your dreams. Finally, if you want to grow your business, grow your network, and live your dreams to the fullest, I encourage you to apply to the Wealth 100 Mastermind at thewealth100.com, where lives are being transformed through self-development and access to wealth-building opportunities. Welcome to the Wealth 100 Show. Let's go. Yo, what's happening, good people? Welcome to the Wealth 100 Show. I am your host, George Gilmore. Listen, guys, we got a special guest in today, Mr. Carl PBM Pringle. What's going on, my man?
How you doing, sir?
I am good. Listen, how are you doing, sir? Isaac Hayes in the building. Look, man, listen, guys, we got Mr. Pringle in here. Mr. Carl Pringle is the founder of Flip Flop Sauce LLC and Positive Black Men Unlimited.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk, my friend.
Let's go.
I thank you for being here again.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Look, man, listen, guys, this guy has founded, he's a community activist and an entrepreneur, killing the game in the flip-flop sauce. I call it he calls it flip-flop sauce.
That's right.
I don't know if it's barbecue sauce, hot sauce, salad dressing.
It's the everything sauce.
It's the everything sauce. And he's also a community activist.
Yes, sir.
That's right, killing the game in the community. Listen, I want you to tell the people about yourself. We want to start from the beginning and progress forward. So take us back to who you are, where you're from, my friend, how you grew up.
Okay, my name is Carl Pringle. I'm 57. I'm from Washington, D.C. Grew up in Southeast D.C.
We know about Southeast. We know about it.
Hey, a lot of lessons learned over there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I went to high school in Northwest D.C. at a school called Wilson.
Okay.
One of the best schools that around for me because it showed me different things, exposed me to different people, different races, different classes.
Okay. So it's a fully integrated school at the time? Okay.
Yeah. The neighborhood was, I went to school with embassy kids.
Okay. Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting.
I'm a kid from the hood.
Okay.
My best friend's father was one of the diplomats.
Okay. Cool.
Good stuff like that. I went to UDC in Howard.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I hadn't asked any questions. So, all right, that's new stuff. Talk to me about that experience at UDC in Howard.
Oh, man, I didn't make the most of it. I got a degree in cards.
Not cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, playing cards. And, how can I put a doctorate
Y'all know,
in game
you
room.
know he's joking, right? A degree in cards. You know he's joking. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And lived up there most of my life. I moved to Fayetteville in '93. Mm-hmm. Best move I ever made.
Okay. Back up. I want to go back to Howard and UDC. You skipped over a whole lot of stuff.
Okay.
You went to Howard first or UDC first?
Well, I was going to UDC, but I was taking classes at Howard.
Okay, cool. And what were you planning on majoring in?
Accounting.
Okay.
And business administration.
Love it.
I wound up dropping out because I was offered a job in accounting.
Okay.
I worked for a health club up there, and they were paying good money back then. Gotcha. I was like, why should I go to school?
Gotcha.
Didn't see that part of it.
Gotcha.
I wanted the money.
So how many years did you do in college?
I did 2.
2 years.
2 years
so sophomore year.
Yes.
And you went straight to work.
Yes, sir.
Let me get this money.
That's right.
I get it. Okay, so you went and worked for, you said a health club?
Yeah.
Doing
accounting? Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me about that experience a little bit.
It was, I love numbers all my life.
Okay.
I love money.
That's why we're on this show.
Yeah. So it opened a lot of doors for me. I met a lot of people, especially working at the health club.
Okay.
During that time when the health clubs really started coming out, introduced me to people. I got to do what I like. I got to work out. It was just perfect for me at the time.
Okay. And then you say you transitioned from there to North Carolina, or was it some other stuff in between?
Yeah. Well, I started. I got a job working in hotels.
Okay.
I got into the hotel field, hospitality. I love people. I love helping people, being with people.
Yes, sir.
So I did a hotel thing for a while, and in '93, my mother reached out to me. She's like, "Look, your grandma's house is empty. Mm-hmm. I think Fayetteville might be good for you."
Okay, so your grandmother was from down here?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, my family's born and raised here in Fayetteville.
Okay.
And
yes, sir.
I used to come down every summer.
Yes, sir.
And at first I didn't want to stay because I thought it was too slow. but to be honest, it was the best move I ever made. I'd say moving down here saved my life.
Think so?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So when you first came down here, were you doing hotel work at the time when you moved here?
I went and tried to get into the hotel field, but because I worked in the convention hotels, it's not a big thing.
Yeah, DC, that's what y'all do, right?
Yeah.
I got you. We weren't doing many conventions down here at the time. I got you.
And then, I did the front desk work with a couple of hotels down here. I worked security at a couple of hotels, but just trying to do something else.
Okay.
I've learned that the biggest employer here was Kelly Springfield.
Yes, sir.
So I went and applied and got on.
Okay.
Did 15 years out there. But I actually tore my body up.
Yeah, I can believe I've heard that story before.
That love for $1.
Yes, yeah.
You could basically write your own check.
Yes, sir.
And I used to live in Goodyear.
Got you.
And I tore my shoulders up and I became disabled.
Okay.
Once I did that, that's when I started doing more community stuff.
Okay, so let's back up. You are the founder of Positive Black Men Unlimited.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about the foundation of Positive Black Men Unlimited.
PBM was created because I got tired of always seeing the negative pushed about positive black men.
Gotcha.
About black men.
Gotcha.
I wanted to make an effort to push the positive that we were doing, to bring us together, to show an example of what we can do.
Okay.
So I started doing the things in the community, trying to be an example.
Okay.
People talk about what they don't see. Well, if you don't see it, then be it.
So give me some examples of some of those things that you were doing in the community.
I started out with a thing called Party to Park.
Okay.
I rented a park, hired a DJ, bought food, and what I did is I invited the community to come out. And I also connected with a lot of the motorcycle clubs and car clubs to join me to get that attention.
Yes, sir.
So once we got them together, we could see that there is positive of people coming together.
Okay. Is your group a nonprofit organization or is it for profit?
We just PBM is more of a state of mind.
Got you. I love that.
We created a nonprofit called We Are One Big Family to do everything.
Okay, and that feeds the PBM program itself.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so talk to me, so how many years now has this been that you've been running this organization?
I've been pushing it for about 10 years now.
10 years.
Yes,
That's
sir.
incredible. That's incredible. I'm glad that you had the vision and the thought to go ahead and do something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, part of the reason I did is because somebody did it for me.
Yes, sir.
Somebody helped save me. So I wanted to help save somebody else.
Okay. With this particular program, is it just in Fayetteville, or are you across North Carolina, or are you planning to scale outside of North Carolina with what you're doing?
Well,
with that?
I'm still connected with DC, my DC friends and family, so everybody knows about PBM. That's why it's in my name.
I got you.
Carl PBM Pringle.
Yes, sir.
Black
Okay.
Man.
I used to see that Carl PBM Pringle. I'm like, who is this guy? What is PBM about?
Because I wanted to be known that I'm a positive black man.
I got you.
You know.
I love that. You need to add that to your social too. PBM. That's why I was looking at your social.
I do have one of those pages also.
Okay. I got you. Okay. So that's that side of the table. So talk to me about this flip flop sauce we got here. Tell me about what's going on with the flip flop sauce. What is it?
Okay. Flip flop sauce was created during one of the party at the parks.
Okay.
Being from DC, we have a sauce called mumbo sauce.
Right. I'm familiar with mumbo sauce.
Okay. I went on YouTube, looked it up, got to try to make some. I realized I didn't have everything that they were calling for to make it.
Yes, sir.
So I got to experiment, a little this, a little that, and I created this sauce. Took it to the park, and everybody was like, "Mr. Carl, what is this stuff?" I looked around, I had on some flip-flop. So I'm calling flip flop sauce.
Oh my God. You looked around.
Like,
flip flop.
I had on some,
Oh my God.
they said, "Well, why you call it flip flop sauce?" I said, "Well, it's so good you put it on a flip flop and eat it."
Wow. Are you serious? I love the story, man. That's crazy.
That's
I would have never, I was like, why does he call it flip flop sauce? I would have never thought that's what you're talking about.
That's what.
Is that good, Carl?
It's that good.
I've had some of these good. Get some flip flop sauce. But
the more correct or the more commercial tag I use now, it's got that sweet on the front and that heat on the back.
Okay.
That flip and that flop.
It really does, because I tried it. Look, last week was the first time I tried it, and I was like, oh, it's sweet. And then that spice hit me a little bit on the back end. I'm like, okay, what we got going on here?
Flip flop.
Okay. So you got it. Look, even though it came from that idea, I love it. I love that, man. So it came from an idea at the park. You want to create this new sauce.
Yes.
So is that sauce feeding the PBM movement?
Yes.
Also?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me how you
Okay. What I started doing was, once everybody started liking it, I would always have it at the events. And people started coming to Mr. Carl, look, I need to get some of that sauce. Man, look, I have it at the event. That's all. Well, look, sell me a bottle. So I said, okay, well, let me start making some side bottles.
Yes, sir.
Use it for the event, and then sell the other.
Okay.
So what I do is a percentage of what I do was doing off the sauce, even though it was bootlegging it.
Okay.
Help feed the events.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So you say, so how long has the flip-flop sauce been a part of this whole program?
It's been about 5 years.
About 5 years. I know I heard of you. Listen, guys, I just ran into Carl like literally 3-4 days ago and invited him to be on our podcast, and he graciously showed up. So man, you're a good dude, bro.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm like, my man's like, yeah, I'll be there when you want me there. I thank you for coming in, man.
Thank you for the opportunity.
So tell me how many stores that you're in right now currently. Talk to me about that and the process of getting into stores. Because a lot of people don't know.
It's well, right now I'm currently in the 25th food lines.
Okay.
I always got to shout out Pate's Farmers Market.
Okay.
They were the first store to give me a chance.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we picked up on a Tuesday. We were on shelf by Thursday.
Cool. I love it.
And actually, I gave them 1 case of each, which is 36 bottles.
Okay.
That Saturday morning, the manager was calling me. Said, Mr. Carl, I need some more sauce. I said, yes, ma'am. I'll see you in a couple of hours.
Yes, sir.
I'll bring you another 1 case of each. She said, no, I need 5 of each.
Really? Really?
Because once I got to the bottling level, people knew they wanted to support me.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times people will buy it to support what I do in the community, but they rebuy it or reorder whatever, because it tastes good.
Got you. So take me back to the process of putting this product together, get into bottling and manufacturing from wherever you were doing it before. You know, take me back to that. How did that go?
It started in the kitchen. I went out and I bought some squeeze bottles.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, basic squeeze bottles, and I started figuring, well, if I'm gonna do this, I need to do it right. So what I started doing was looking at how much I was spending compared to how much it was, you know, how much it cost to make it.
Yes, sir.
To get it right. So I started breaking down the whole thing, how much sugar each bottle was worth, you know, the container. And the biggest thing was my wife telling me also to write it down.
Yes, right.
Once you get something that you pretty much got perfected, stay consistent with it.
Yes, sir.
And that's been part of it. Now, because I didn't know a lot, I went around asking.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Most people don't ask the questions.
Yeah.
The information's out there. You got to ask the question.
I couldn't be afraid.
Yes, sir.
The biggest thing I learned, if I don't know something, I got to ask.
Yes, sir.
What is for me to have an idea or product and keep it to myself because I'm scared to ask somebody.
Yes, sir.
So I started reaching out.
Okay.
And I actually had a guy named Bob Fletcher.
Okay.
He has his own sauce. He reached out to me. He took me to lunch. And he became my sauce mentor.
Gotcha. Oh, bam. You hitting there. Thoughts on mentorship. I was going to ask you that later, but we'll get the thoughts. Okay, so he was a mentor.
Bob's walked me through all the steps.
Okay.
And he also told me, he said, Carl, I'll be honest with you, I thought about trying to buy your sauce.
Really? That's why I reached out originally.
Yeah, because people have been talking about it.
Yes, sir.
It was all over on Facebook, my pages, and people were sharing it. And he said, well, what I want to do is, because I like what you do, I want to help you with the steps.
Okay.
And he gave me the steps to, like I said, listing the ingredients, getting the nutrition, sending it off to get it broken down so I get the nutritional values.
Yes, sir.
Then he gave me a co-packer.
Okay.
And, you know, it's steps that are needed.
You're right. A lot of people need this because a lot of people in our community, particularly that do food products, they're great at it, but don't know how to take it to that next level if they would want to. You know, they have generational recipes that they want to put out there. They don't know how to do it. But after a while, Carl is going to be able to give you all that information.
Yes, sir. I have to.
Yeah.
Because somebody was there to share it with me and help me.
Yes,
so I got to help the next.
So the bottling, you ended up going to a co-packer.
Yes, sir.
Is that co-packer in North Carolina or somewhere else?
Henderson, North Carolina.
Henderson, North Carolina. Okay, cool. They just do sauces or?
They do sauces and spice.
Sauces and spices.
And spices, yes.
Okay, cool. I love that.
That's next down the line.
That's next. Okay, I got you. Look, how'd you know my next question? Plans to scale your business. What's the plan for scale?
Well,
what do you want to do? Where are we going?
Well, as like right now, we're in the 20 Fayetteville stores, and we've actually had contact from our from corporate food line telling us that we're doing pretty good. Okay. They're going to look at giving us 500 stores in North Carolina.
That's what I'm talking about right there. 500. Let's go. Let's go.
And Food Line is part of a bigger company also. They have Giant, which is up north,
Okay.
the Maryland, D.C. area. Hartford.
Yes.
It's like 6 or 7 different that fall under there.
Right. Yes, sir.
Like at Food Line. And there's talks of us getting all of them.
Okay.
So
you're getting them all. There's no doubt about it. You got to get them all.
Once they taste it,
right.
I got them.
Yeah, you got to get them all. There's no doubt about that. I'm waiting to see this.
Yeah,
I love that part.
It's amazing.
Is it?
The whole ride.
I love that part. You talked about a mentor. Come back to that a little bit.
Yes, sir.
I want you to talk to the audience about the benefits of having a mentor, because oftentimes we see people get in business and they don't have a clue about, they might have some information, but they don't have all the information. Gotcha. Talk to the people a little bit about the need for a mentor.
Well, I became open to mentoring because I was invited to do a mentoring camp for some young people.
Okay.
I went to the camp, to be honest, thinking that I was going to be there to help these kids, put what was in my head in their head. But what wound up happening was I wound up learning a lot.
Okay.
I learned it's not about taking my ideas and putting it in somebody else's, but it's about taking somebody else's idea and helping them build on it.
Yes, sir.
So learning what I don't know to share with somebody else.
Absolutely.
And being open.
I love that part. Listen, I want to, again, thank you for being on here. If you don't know, our podcast is based on our mastermind called the Wealth 100.
Yes, sir.
The Wealth 100 podcast, the Wealth 100 show, based on the Wealth 100 mastermind, where our objective still was to work inside of the community, but through self-development and entrepreneurship.
Yes, sir.
And listen, guys, we look forward to Carl coming and join the Wealth 100 mastermind, because we need you as a resource in our group.
I'm coming.
You know what I mean?
I'm coming.
We need you as a resource. That you can help a lot of people in that group. Man, we got some plans for you, bro. I already know that. I can say some things. Listen, I want to talk to you a little bit about mindset.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Can we talk about mindset?
Let's go.
Listen, first thing I want to ask you about is, how do you stay on track toward completing your goals or following up on your ideas? Because oftentimes we'll get involved we have an idea or whatever, for some reason we get distracted. Talk to the people. What is it that you do?
Well, I've been distracted.
welcome to the club. Welcome to the distraction club.
But the biggest thing for me was is realizing it's bigger than me.
Talk.
It's what I've created with the community to then do the sauce. They all work together.
Yes, sir.
And when I succeed, I can help others. The better I am, the better I am for others. And I just love it.
I've been studying staying on track, how not to lose distraction. And one of the things that I've seen is that we can be distracted by both positive and negative emotions.
Yes, sir.
This is my idea, or this is the thing I'm supposed to work on today. 1 through 5. I'm in a great mood. My friend comes by the office. Hey man, let's go get some lunch. Well, I know I got 1 through 5 to do. Man, I like food. I want to hang out with my friend for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm distracted. Or it can be a day, I got to do 1 through 5, and I start the day off, I lock my keys in the car, then I get a flat tire, da-da-da-da-da. Now the negative emotion comes in. I'm distracted again from following up on what I'm supposed to do for the day. I don't feel like doing nothing today because I'm pissed off from the morning. So both the positive side and the mental side of our emotions can keep us distracted.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing, the way the mind and the brain works with that stuff. Either way, up or down, it can pull us away from it.
For me, it's just, like I said, looking at the bigger picture. Sometimes those negatives, you might need that distraction sometimes. But as long as you got that big picture at the end that you see, that's what gets me through.
Listen, so what is it, let me ask you this, what is it that you've learned about yourself on this journey from Positive Black Men Unlimited to the flip-flop sauce? What have you learned about you at your age now? What is it that you can look back and say, oh, I've learned this about me?
For one, I have to learn to sell. I have to sell myself before I can ever sell any product.
Talk to them. Confidence.
Being consistent. Being the best representation of myself. Remembering that even when you don't think, somebody's watching.
Yes, sir.
And it's not always just that person next to you, that person that knows you. You can block your blessings by being negative.
Yes, sir.
I'll say that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So just being consistent.
I love that part where you're talking about. I put it this way. If we look at the word confidence, confidence. The root is confide. What does confide mean? It means to trust.
Yeah.
You got to trust yourself to fulfill that dream or that idea. If you don't trust you, you can't sell it.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is, you can't sell it. And I think that's one of the keys that a lot of people are missing. They're missing the confidence.
Yeah.
They don't trust themselves to complete the task or whatever they say they want to do.
Right.
You know, talk to me a little bit about mastery. Have you mastered Carl Pringle? Self-mastery. Do you think you've mastered yourself?
I can't say I have because I'm still learning.
We all are. And I think it's forever.
Yeah.
It's a forever process. Talk to me.
Me and my grandson, we have a thing. I teach him every morning affirmations.
Oh, I love that.
I teach him to. We say to each other, "I will listen, so I can learn, so I can become a leader."
I love it.
If you don't know something, you got to listen so you can learn it. Then I got to share it and be the leader of it.
Yes, sir.
So even at he's 9 years old, I'm 57. We're still learning things so we can be better, so we can lead.
The fact that you're even thinking about, I think a lot of people, I don't want to call it programming, but we literally need to program our children and ourselves to think the way what you're teaching your grandkids.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Because when I'm telling him, I can hear myself.
Exactly.
So sometimes I have to remind myself of these things. You know, we got another one I said, okay, if you think it and you believe it,
yes, sir,
you can achieve it. We were all given something. We just got to go ahead and believe in it.
And a lot of people don't believe they have anything.
No,
we
all got a
You
hit.
see people, we were all put here for something.
Yes, sir.
We got a gift, and it's not for us. I've said it before. It's not for you.
Yeah.
It's for the world.
Yes, sir.
Somebody's waiting on PBM,
Yes, sir.
Positive Black Male Unlimited. Somebody's waiting on this. Oh, he did the flip-flop sauce. I can do my sauce.
Exactly.
Somebody's waiting on it, and you're not holding it. That's the beauty of it. Sharing it with the world is the beauty of what you're doing.
What good is for me to be the only one that's successful?
Exactly.
I don't want to pick up the bill all the time.
Exactly. There you go. You're talking about language now. I love that part.
If I can help you get yourself right and you right, then we can celebrate together. It's not about me carrying it. It's about us celebrating each other.
Even back on the self-mastery thing, one of the things I tell people a lot of times is that you've got to work on not just the outer self, but the inner self.
Yes, sir.
And also be able to not, on the outer, a lot of times we'll say, it's your fault, it's mom's fault, it's dad's fault, it's my wife's fault. But at the end of the day, it's that inner self. You got to look in that mirror. No, what am I doing? I think once we get that part right,
yes, sir,
that inner part, all the other stuff is just what it is.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I think we need to work on those things. I noticed a lot on your social media. You're a very inspirational guy. I've only been around you a day and a half, and just always inspiring, motivation. The words that you speak, man. What is that about, and what's in you, man? Where does that come from?
I'm talking to myself first. Everybody else just reads off of it.
Yes, sir.
So I make a point of telling myself these things. You know, the same thing I tell my grandson. I talk to myself sometimes. Hey, look, you woke up today. Everything else is extra. Yeah, I want everybody to believe it, but I got to believe it too. So everything I put out is to myself that I just share.
Were you born with that in you, that desire to share the inspiration with other people? Even when you were getting a master's degree and playing cards, did you have that inside of you? You know it was there.
I didn't think so, but I've had friends tell me,
man, you've always had it.
You've always.
I love it.
Because I have a friend of mine, I call my sister. I said, did you ever think I'd be doing, community stuff? She said, yeah. Because I've always been one to try to bring people together, to support people.
Is that not amazing that other people can always see our gifts?
Yeah.
Better, more clear than we can see them. Isn't that incredible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But that's because we're so busy looking at other things.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Instead of looking at ourselves.
Listen, I want you to talk to the people about what do you think the average person, say a new entrepreneur,
yes,
what do they need to do to get into a positive mindset in order to fulfill whatever they're working on?
Look at what you want to do.
Talk to me. Go ahead. Talk to me about those habits.
Look at what you want to do. Be open to admit what you don't know.
I love it.
And just try.
Yes, sir.
Why not?
Why not you, right?
Yeah, why not?
Why not you?
Who told you can't do it?
Yeah.
If you never tried.
One of my mentors told me, he said, man, once we figured it out, they were trying to get some podcast business going, a couple of other businesses, and they said we would get in these rooms And there would be these people in there that they were winning at high levels. Mm-hmm. And they said after being around them for a day or two, like, these guys are not as smart as us. Yeah. They just had the confidence and the desire to go for it. Go for it.
I listen to a lot of like motivational things in the morning.
Yes, sir.
And the biggest thing they do is they tell you, just try. Mm-hmm. Just go ahead and try.
Yes, sir.
You what they say, you'll never see a Brinks truck behind behind a hearse. You got to try. There's a bunch of $1 million ideas in the graveyard.
That's what they said the wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard.
Because they took it with them.
They take it with them.
No.
Oh, I know you've heard people with brilliant ideas and they pass along all the time. Talk to me. We call this section, It's Personal. Mm-hmm. I want you to describe yourself to me. We're getting ready to get deep.
Okay.
I want you to describe yourself to me. Watch this. In one word.
Positive.
Positive. Why is it positive? Why is that the word?
Because I want to be what I want to see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to see positive, so I got to be positive.
Got to be. That's right. It is what you give.
Yeah.
It's the energy.
Yes, sir.
It's the energy. Let me ask you this: when did you decide who you wanted to be? At what point in your life? What age do you think man, this is what I really want to be or become?
To be honest, about it started really about 20 years ago. 20.
Okay. So
after my mom passed.
Oh, okay. That often happens. Some type of traumatic event often can be a trigger to, okay, let me reflect and see where I want to go. Go ahead.
And what happened was, my mother I'm raised a single mom, single parent home. And my mom was always one of those that, I don't care what you got in your pocket, you always hold your head up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You stay strong.
Yes, sir.
You do that. And I didn't know that she was community oriented. I didn't know a lot of stuff she was doing.
Yes, sir.
And I found out a lot of stuff at her funeral.
Okay.
And I started looking at myself to where a lot of times somebody may see, oh, that's Betty, that's Betty's boy over there. Mm-hmm. And instead of them saying, look at Betty's boy over there doing something wrong, I wanted them to say, look at Betty's boy doing something good.
Yes, sir.
So a lot of times when I'm doing events, it's not about Carl. Mm-hmm. It's not about flip-flop sauce. It's about Betty's boy.
I love that.
So I can honor her.
I love that. I love that. Put it on mama.
Yeah.
Put it on mama.
Give her credit.
I get it.
I couldn't have done this without her.
Exactly.
She
you wouldn't
saved
be.
me. Yeah.
You would not be.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. I love it. Let's talk a little bit about dreams. Are there any dreams that remain unachieved right now? Not that you have achieved, but remain unachieved at this particular point right now.
Well, they have flip-flops in every household in the world.
You want flip-flops across the world?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get sauced.
I got you. I love it. Talk to me about the most proud moment in your life.
When I took those first bottles to Food Line.
I love it. What was that? What was that feeling? Take us back to that moment. What was that feeling, man?
I mean, it was, to see something I created messing around. And to be honest, at first I wasn't trying to start a business.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to be the community dude. I just wanted to be pop.
Mm-hmm.
But then somebody reminded me, hey, you can do so much more for everything that you're doing.
I love it.
And I did it. But when I got ready to put those bottles on that shelf, and all I could think of, because somebody said it, boy, your mom will be proud of you. Like,
yes,
good
sir.
God. I'm like,
I brought you to tears, didn't it?
Did it. I was crying before I got out the stove.
Yeah, I can believe it. I love that, man.
So to honor her,
yes, sir,
that's what it was about.
I love it. I love it. Talk to me about, on this journey, talk to me about some of the biggest challenges that you've had.
One of the I've had to do is learn how to stop trying to prove my haters wrong, prove my supporters they were right.
I like that, because oftentimes, I know the feeling. Oftentimes we're like, all right, I'm going to show y'all. I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it.
But it's not about them. Mm-hmm. Why should I waste time giving them attention when I could have been showing love to those who were rocking with me?
Definitely. You're giving that negative energy. Yeah. Because they are negative energy.
Let me stay with the ones that got me.
I love that part. That's a great way to look at it, because I know we oftentimes, I know I've done it. I'm like,
you want to defend yourself.
Yes, sir.
But do you have to?
Got you. I got you. Let me ask you this. This is our final question I'm going to ask you. Yes. Are you finding, let me put it this way. we want money. We do want. People say they don't want money. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
We need money.
You need money.
You need money. You can't help nobody with no money.
Yeah.
Are you finding, I think the biggest desire is fulfillment. Are you finding fulfillment in your work right now?
Yes.
Tell me what that feels like for you on a daily basis. What does that fulfillment look like for you on a daily basis?
When I can be somewhere out and somebody say, hey, Mr. Flip Flop.
Mr. Flip Flop, I got you.
Or when I run into a kid from the school I volunteered and they got their parent, hey, Mom, that's that man that got his own sauce.
I love it.
Being able to show somebody that you can do it.
Yes, sir.
And it's never too late to do it.
I got you.
You know, I named all those other jobs I was doing, but those are jobs. Now I'm doing what I love.
I love it.
Because it all ties in. When I can feed the community, it gives me a purpose.
Love it. Look, that was supposed to be the last question, but I got another question, and I'll probably have another one after that. You just said something about you see kids out in the community.
Yes, sir.
And you've been to their school. What types of things are you doing in the school system right now?
Well, I'm what's called a school angel.
Okay.
And what I do is I'm like an extra security guard. But what I also do is I go into different classrooms and I talk to the kids. I help them with their work.
Okay.
I just wanted to be, how can I put it, a positive image.
Yes, sir.
In the school.
Yes, sir.
For one, it's not a lot of men.
Absolutely not.
And definitely not a lot of black men in the school.
Yes, sir.
So I wanted to show the kids in my community that, hey, I care. They know this isn't my job. I come up there every day because I love them.
Yes, sir.
And I tell them that.
I got you. So are you doing specific things around entrepreneurship in the schools too?
Not yet.
Okay,
My biggest
thing is that's interesting. It seems like the school, the county, we need you in the system teaching what you know. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right now, I'm just trying to be the example.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, I have an event coming up where I've invited the kids from the 3 neighborhoods around to celebrate my birthday. Okay. My thing is, I've been blessed to see another year, so why not share my blessings with others?
Yes, sir.
So we're doing a kickball game and free feedings and pushing positive.
I love it. Listen, I'm going to wrap up right there. I think you gave them enough because you're coming back. So we know you're going to come back when you hit 700 stores or 1,000 stores.
Yes, sir.
I got to get you back in here so we can have a celebration around that. I want to extend to you an invitation to our next Mastermind meeting for the Wealth 100 Mastermind in Atlanta, June 24th and June 25th. We'll have the hotel information and all that. Okay. I want you to come through, check us out, and see what we do and how we're trying to transform the community.
Yes, sir.
Through self-development and entrepreneurship. June 24th, 25, Atlanta, Georgia. So I definitely want you to come through. Listen, man, I want to thank you for coming in.
No, thank
Talk
you.
to the people about where you are on social media so they can find you.
You can find me on Facebook, Carl PBM Pringle. You can check out my Flip Flop Sauce page. I'm on Instagram.
Get that Flip Flop Sauce.
That's right.
You said you can order it online too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
FlipFlopBBQ.com.
I love it.
We're also on Amazon.
Love it.
If you got Amazon Prime, get that free shipping. We got you.
Gotcha.
I'm on TikTok. Okay. I'm on.
What you doing on
Hey, look. I'm trying to get them sauced.
I got you.
I want to
sauce them up. I got you.
I got to stay in the faces.
Yeah, you need to be on TikTok. I got to go check you out now. I didn't know you were over there.
Yeah, somebody told Mr. Carl, you need to get on. Hey, let's go.
It's true.
Why not?
Listen, man, I want to thank you. Listen, guys, thank Mr. Carl for coming in, Mr. PBM, Mr. Flip Flop Sauce himself. Listen, thank you for tuning in to the Wealth 100. If you want to join the Mastermind, thewealth100.com. Take your life, your business to the next level, thewealth100.com. Listen, guys, we love you. Thank you. Go to YouTube, subscribe, like, share. It's the Wealth 100. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Wealth 100 Show. Today's show has been sponsored by the Wealth 100 Mastermind. If you're ready to join a tribe of winners, if you want to be a part of the best mastermind on the planet, go to thewealth100.com right now and apply. I need you to get into the room right now, guys. Let's go. Thewealth100.com.